Chapter 8.1 Day 2 Graphing y equals ax squared, where a is less than 1 and a is less than 0. So we are going to discuss the cases when a is going to be less than 0, means the number that is in the front is going to be negative, and it is also some of the cases where the a should be less than 1. So it means it would be 1 over 2, 1 over 3, 1 over 4, and so on. Again, the most basic function is y equals x squared, which is an open up parabola. In this lesson, we are going to discuss the parabola that opens down. So like this parabola. The lowest or highest point on the parabola is the vertex point. If we are talking about the parabola that looks like this, unlike lesson day 1, we had open up parabola in this lesson 1. In this one, we have open down parabola. The vertex is the point where the parabola starts, so that's going to be 0, 0. And y equals negative x squared would be its equation. The regular equation of open up parabola is y equals x squared, that is this way. If you have a parabola that opens down, that a in the front should be negative. So the main equation is like y equals ax squared. And if it opens down, then this a should be negative. So that's why I put the negative in the front. Vertex is still the same, that where the parabola starts, that is 0, 0. Now the vertical line that divides a parabola into two symmetric parts is called axis of symmetry. So the line is also same, and that line is x equals 0. So this is x equals 0, or it is also called y-axis. The axis of symmetry passes through the vertex. It always passes through the vertex, and it always have the x value equal to 0 when it passes through 0, 0. So axis of symmetry is always x equals x value. The function is y equals negative x squared. So this is the function that we are talking about, y equals negative x squared. Parent function is always this, x squared, and it always lies on the vertex 0, 0. The domain is negative infinity to infinity. So the domain takes all the left value, all the right value. It means the domain from negative infinity, so from negative infinity to positive infinity, that are the x values. The range of the graph is the height of the graph. Height means that where it starts on the y value, and if it's going up and up and up, it approaches to infinity. If starting from 0 and it's going down and down and down, it means it's approaching to negative infinity. So the height of the graph is negative infinity to 0. Negative infinity from the bottom to this, from negative infinity to 0. Whenever we start writing interval, this part is always the lowest one, and this is the highest point. So the lowest point for y value is negative infinity. Highest is 0. Axis of symmetry, as we already know, is x equals 0. It is x values, x value of the vertex. So this is a vertex. X value of the vertex means x equals 0. When x is less than 0, means this side, the function increases. When the x is greater than 0, means this side, the function start to decrease. So let me explain this parabola one more time. This opens down parabola will have an equation where the first term, or a, is always negative. That's why it opens down. If it is positive, it opens up. For the vertex, it's going to be the starting point, and vertex lies at the highest point on the parabola. So vertex is going to be the highest point on the parabola. The domain does not change, it's negative infinity to infinity always. For the height of the graph, you have to think about is going down from down point is always in negative infinity, and you're going to write from negative infinity to its highest point, that is 0. Example 1, identifying characteristics of quadratic function when a is less than 1. Using the graph, you can identify the vertex, axis of symmetry, and the end behavior of the graph as shown. So first thing, they ask us to find the vertex. Vertex is the point where the parabola starts, and in this case, it's going to be this point. So this point is going to be -3, 7. So -3, 7. Axis of symmetry, this line that goes in the center of the parabola, that divides the parabola into two equal parts. That line is x equals the x value. So the x value is -3. So the x value is -3. Domain, as we said, it was -infinity to infinity. Range is the height of the graph starting from the lowest to the highest. The lowest point on the graph is -infinity because it's going down and down and down. It means y value is approaching to -infinity. Highest point is 7 for y. So the range is -infinity to 7. The function decreases when x is greater than -3. Greater than -3 means this side the function is decreases. So from this point to this, the function decreases when x is greater than -3. When x is greater than -3 means this side the function decreases. This side, which is x is less than -3, the function value is going to be increasing function. How can you tell when a graph is facing up versus facing down? Just by looking at the equation. When you look at the equation, if the function value is x squared, it means that the number in the front is positive. That's going to be facing up. If you have an equation where the front number is negative, in this case, the parabola or the graph is going to face down. Next is you try problem number 1 and 2. When the quadratic function a is less than 1. For number 1, the vertex is going to be this point on the top and is 2, 8. 2, 8 is a vertex. The axis of symmetry is x equals x coordinate, that is x equals 2. Domain is -infinity to +infinity, and the range is -infinity since it's going down and down and down. So -infinity to 8. So -infinity to 8 is the range. The graph is decreasing when x is greater than 2. So if this side, the graph is decreasing. On this side, the graph is increasing. So when x is less than 2 means this side, the graph is increasing. Graph decreases when x is greater than 2, or this side of the graph is decreasing. Next question is where you're going to find the vertex, and that vertex is going to be, the point is -1, 3. This line in the center is called line of symmetry. -1 comma 3, x equals -1. Domain is -infinity to infinity, and range is -infinity, open bracket, -infinity, and its highest y value is 3. The graph decreases on this side when x is greater than -1. When x is greater than -1, graph increases when x is less than or equal to -1.